First of all, thank you all for coming at such short notice. This is regarding an incident that took place on the 24th of March. The West End Police Department, through the ERS Dispatch Center, received a call on March 24th at 6:30 p.m. requesting a welfare check at 28 Nashawina Avenue. The responding officers gained entry into the house and found evidence of a body decomposing. The house was secured, investigators were dispatched, and a search warrant was applied for and granted to conduct a search of the house. The search resulted in the discovery of a body which was dismembered and placed in plastic trash bags. There was also evidence that there was an attempted arson at the house. Through an extensive emphasis on extensive investigation, which consisted of thousands of potential pieces of evidence, the suspect of the arson attempt was identified. He is He is Theodore Lloyd, 12/27/97, and he is charged by warrant for attempted arson. He was taken into custody in Hartford on the 14th of this month and turned over to the West Haven Police Department. The victim's body was in such a state of decomposition that positive identification took some time. Through DNA examination and comparison, the identity of the victim was found to be Tina Lloyd, 3/20/1955. This investigation is ongoing as more forensic evidence still has to be analyzed. There will be more charges filed relating to this incident. Through the investigation, it has been determined that Theodore Lloyd acted alone. I would like to commend and thank the members of the department standing behind me for their dedication and tenacity in their investigation. I would also like to thank those who assisted in this investigation, Walmart, Home Depot, GA22, and Hartford Police Department, Mayor Borer for her support, as well as the support of the West Haven Board of Police Commissioners. Thank you. We will open it up to questions. My PIO will take over for the questions.
Scott, can you tell us just the relationship between the victim and the woman, Tina? Were they was it son and mother, or
Son and mother, yes.
any problems? Any idea what led up to this?
That is still under investigation. We do know that he's been there a long time prior to this. He went to high school here, and it really hasn't been a problem. I think he had one arrest in 2018 for a minor argument with his mother, but
Was there any kind of a restraining order that she took out?
I don't believe so.
What brought officers to the home?
So the older son called in and wanted to have a welfare check done on his mother because he hasn't heard or seen her. Her landlord hasn't seen or heard from her. So we went there to conduct a welfare check on her.
For how long have they not heard from her?
I'll say a month maybe, 2 weeks to a month maybe.
Can you explain why Home Depot and the other
Sure.
organizations were involved?
So through investigation, obviously he was seen leaving Walmart with particular items, and we were able to gain that footage from those companies along with other receipts and stuff pertaining to the items he had.
It's been reported that there were some plastic gloves, a chainsaw, electric chainsaw, containers, bins. Can you talk about anything that was found specifically?
Yes, that's correct. So the
Sorry, can you list what was
I cannot. Jeff, can you list the items that were?
Yeah, there were several.
Just come up. Yeah, no microphones.
There were several cutting utensils. There was an electric chainsaw, and things of that nature.
Anything to conceal anything, plastic bags, anything like that?
Yeah, a lot of the items were concealed in plastic bags, and either in an attempt to be hidden or destroyed. But that was all retrieved by our ID unit.
In terms of the number of plastic bags found with body parts, how many bags is it? I've heard two different numbers.
The bags containing body parts, approximately 14 to 16, but overall probably 25 to 30 bags.
Can you
talk about, just the absolute brutality of that? I mean, how are your officers doing? That must have been horrific to have the investigators walk through that. That's, this is not something you see every day.
Correct. But out of respect to the family, yeah, I'd rather not comment on that.
Is it your intention to seek a warrant to charge somebody with the homicide?
Yes, there will be future charges pending. That depends on a lot of forensic evidence that still has yet to be retrieved. But any charges from here forward would be by warrant, yes.
Where is Mr. Long right now?
He is being detained by a Connecticut correctional facility.
Approximately how long do we know the body parts were there, or how long she's been dead?
Approximately 2 months.
Was there discovery made on the second floor in a bedroom closet or bedroom, or where were things discovered? Can you talk about that at all?
Most of the items that had any type of evidentiary value were in the second floor.
The warrant says that basically the officers responding smelled something that, smelled like decomposition.
Mm-hmm.
Was that apparent upon entering the house, or was it not until they got up to the second floor?
No, you had to be inside the residence to notice the smell of decomposition.
How are the officers doing? It's a traumatic thing for them to go through. Any counseling or
I really can't speak on that. Every officer deals with that in their own way.
We encourage the officers after something like this too, if you need to talk to somebody, there's obviously means that we can do that and get that for them. So we have either someone coming here to talk to everybody who showed up as a whole, or if individual officers are seeking that treatment, we get that for them.
And can you explain the arson charge, what evidence was linked to that?
So throughout the house, there was paper type stuff, lighter fluid found, indicative to this is set up to catch on fire. And that's what led to the attempted arson charge.
And you're expecting homicide charges for the same victim?
We don't know. We're still waiting for a lot of evidentiary value from the ME, and it's still under investigation right now. But once that's all clear, then we'll find the proper charges to charge Ms. Wood.
I know Scott might have said it before, apologize, but their relationship, were you guys ever called there, trouble, any of the previous service calls there, anything at all?
So I think it was back in 2018, I think we went there for some type of incident between him and his mother. I mean, nothing crazy. It was either a verbal
Nothing
argument.
really recent?
Nothing.
You know, okay.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Was the mother the only resident of the home? Did the son live there as well?
He lived there until his arrest, and I think he moved out after that because of the protective order and everything
So
else.
was he living there with the body in the home?
No. So he started to come back and revisit his mother, and I don't know if they were trying to rekindle a relationship or whatever, but just as of recently, he came back to the house. So he's been living in another town since then.
So that just is a good question. So then the body parts were there, sorry to be graphic,
Nope.
but I just want to be clear. When the body parts were there in the bags, the son was not living in the house in a bedroom or in a couch or anything like that?
No. I mean, he may have stayed there a day or
Right,
two,
he
but no, it
wasn't
wasn't full time.
He wasn't a resident.
No.
Do you know, it was I believe an older brother who called police and met you there. Do you know how many siblings there are? You have the younger brother who's
Right.
charged right now, the older brother who called police.
I
Do you know
believe
how
it's
many
just
others?
those two. Just two, the older brother and the younger brother.
Just the two of them?
Yes.
And do you know why, I mean, I know the landlord had called and hadn't heard from her tenants in a while prior to all this, but do you know why between, November, December, and when this was discovered, I mean, was there any effort contact her?
I mean, yeah, we've made, I believe we made numerous attempts to contact her, try to find her. She was mostly friends with the landlord and really not many other, and she was the main drive to reach out to her to find out if she's seen her, and she hasn't, and the kids too. So she was kind of like a home person, never really went out much, and so there's really nobody else to reach out to. So other her sons and the landlord were the closest to her.
Was she reported missing?
No, she's not.
Was there anything else in the house that stood out to investigators besides the arson evidence and the bags?
I don't believe so. I think those are the main things too that we collected and everything else. Any further questions?
I guess just lastly,
Sure.
The gruesomeness of this case, is it something anyone ever seen in their career here in West Haven?
As far as me, I've been here 22 years and I have never seen anything like this. I can't speak for everybody up here who has more time than me, but I have never seen anything like this in my 22 years in this police department. If that's it, good. I just want I want to give a huge shout out to the detective division for their tenacity, like the chief said, and our ID unit for the hours and hours they spent pulling evidence and going through evidence and everything else that they did. They worked tirelessly on this. So again, like the chief said, I just want to give a huge thank you to the Home Depot of Orange, the West Haven Walmart, Hartford Police Department, and of course the mayor and police commissioners for their continued support in this and hopefully the conclusion to this case.
Scott, would
Yes.
you say hundreds of hours or
Oh, I don't know.
About 2,800.
Okay. Okay. And we
About
just have,
2,800 hours collectively.
of investigative work that went into it?
Yep.
just the detective sergeant, like to say something.
2,800, right?
2,800, yes.
I said my Detective Sergeant Salentano, and I just want to, again, compliment my team. What a great job they did. The chief's office for giving us what we needed to do this, the command staff, the neighborhood of the, people in that neighborhood with our presence there for the period of time. And if I missed anybody, anyone who, contributed to this, it was a great success so far, and I want to just shout out to them as they gave us what we needed and helped us along the way with everything we had to do.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for coming.